Hi guys, and welcome to Peter Ray's Adventures. Welcome to my latest video. This video is how much comics sell for on eBay. So what I've done, I've gone through eBay completed and sold and gone through single comics, bundles, buy it now, best offer and auctions. I've also gone through completed and sold in the UK. Not around the world, just UK, because a lot of these comics are in America and some in Japan only. But I've gone through complete and sold in UK. This first lot is just single comics, what they sell for. I've got some auctions, best offer and buy it now. And the next part of the video will be best offer and bundles of comics. So hopefully you've gained some knowledge through this video where you can go away and say, oh, like you're in a charity shop or a car boot and think in your head and go, oh, I found so-and-so. I remember Peter Ray having a video out about comics, how much they sell for on eBay. And I remember this part of it and this part and be able to know and get a whole load of comics and get a good price for the comics and sell them for a good price as well. So hopefully you enjoy. This first one is Battle Angel Alita, I think. Volume 1 manga. So manga's in Japan. Graphic novel, which obviously manga is. Alita. Just a few here. It's not bad, I suppose. A little bit of light. Make sure you no light on your picture. And that. $14.99 with one bid. Free economy delivery like collection. Here we go. It's with your auctions, probably best to start them on a Sunday night. Do a 7-day auction to the next Sunday. That's when people are thinking, oh no, I've got to work next morning, and they buy bits and pieces via eBay. That went for $14.99. I want to share with you some smaller prices to the bigger stuff that I've got coming up. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it's I can read all that. Just leave it there for a few seconds. A little bit of detail about it. The next one here is Captain Marvel comic number 3. As you see number 1, you normally see them like on the front page or either the next page or the back page, like which number it is and what year it is, because that's good to put on your listing. This is number 3. At 1.25, which is the scale. It's the first print Marvel comic. Sold for $15.99 with free postage there. So most of these are on free postage. Don't worry, I'm just grabbing a thing there because one of these are on best offer later on. So here we go. Number 3 is here, variant edition, because some of these can be worth quite good money. This one was new. The first one was new as well. And have a look, see when they ended, what time, and that. Your favourite Resident Evil horror comics. Resident Evil, Fire and Ice, number 1, Wildstorm Comics, from December 2000. It's the first print. So it's good to have first print at number 1. And also, this has got, it's a bad picture, granted. It's got its original sleeve, meaning it's on the back, it's like sealed. So it's got its original sticker and original seal, and it's first one out of 4. So this one is a good one to have if you can source it in the UK, Resident Evil. And it's also good to have a bundle with a game or a couple of PS1 games. Or even the PS2 steelbook version of Resi 4. Just to give it a bit of, Give it a bit of tweaking. So when someone comes along, they don't see the usual stuff. They say, oh, I've seen this one. This is very good. It's got different items. I may buy this one. This sold for $17.93, a used condition, free postage. With these comics, they don't go for much more than a couple of quid. single ones. Because most of these are quite small comics, so won't be, if you want to do postage, it won't be much on the postage. Simple to post, easy to post. The next one is a Star Wars. I thought I'd do some Star Wars. It's a classic. You've got a new Star Wars film they're filming at the moment, I think. Dark Empire 2, because I've sold some Star Wars comics, 8 or 9, for £23 plus postage. This is one of your graphic novels. £16 winning bid, £3.95 postage. These are all UK. I'll just go in Dark Empire 2 as your graphic novel. So it's like a little book. Not like a thin comic, just a little book. It's still a comic. And here's the back of a little sleeve, like slip sleeve. Tie some books there. This one, £16 winning bid. Went to 140, 417, 15. Blimey, jumped quite a high one on 19th of March. At 7:15 AM, blimey, so the sun was up early buying comics, or trying to buy comics anyway. Because a lot of people buy right the last knock-ins with the comics and that sort of thing. So I thought I'd do a few Star Wars just to compare as well. Oh, obviously there's thousands to compare. This is a nice Darth Maul comic 1. It's got, if you've got a 001 up here, then it's the one to have. Sometimes there's sealed here as well, in a sleeve. Then your 001 is good to have. Same with 1, 2, 3, 4, like a Harry Potter book, and that sort of thing. It's in very good condition. This one is new. I tried to go for new and used as well. One bid of £16.99 plus £2.49 postage. So he did a standard first class. So second class, first class is perfectly fine for the single comics. If you're bundling them up, which I'll tell you about later on, then you pay a little bit more postage. Obviously, it'll be a bit more in the weight department. It started at 16, went to 16. So these normally like under 100 kilograms, possibly 200, depending on the size. And they don't weigh a lot. Depending on who you want to send, it's quite cheap to send these ones. They're so thin. Some of these like graphic novels, the books are thicker, but you work out your postage there. Sarah Michelle Gellar on the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Sexy Sarah Michelle Gellar, or Gellar. #1 comic as well. Again in a nice slip sleeve, I call it. So it went for £19.99. Again, free postage. It's not bad though for one comic, because I go like from the lowest to the highest. And again, Perth print, Boom Studio, shipped in a bag with a board inside. So what you can do, if you haven't got this bag here, this bag at the back, what you can do is you can put like you get a bag, a packing bag with bubble wrap already inside it, one of those bubble mailers. You put your comic, and then what you do, you put a thin bit of cardboard on one side, the back, one on the front, stick it together, and a comic in the middle. Then you bubble wrap around again, so to hold it in. And then you put it in, seal it, and then what I normally do is put please do not bend. It's like posters, please do not bend, because no point. I know you don't take much notice of it, really, but it's best not to bend it in that sort of respect. Against 1.25 for the height and that sort of thing. The next one, I thought I'd do some DC, some way DC, Catwoman, number 45. It's good to have, like, with the titles, you've got what it is, now what number it is, who it's by, and DC. Also, what year it is, as well as sometimes they do like the heights and that sort of thing, and the scale of it, like 1.25 of a scale. I can't go into in this one apparently, but yeah, sometimes with these comics you have two comics. Like for example, this one you have a comic here, and then this one you have a comic maybe upside down, so you have two in one sort of thing, which is a good one to have. This is not bad though. $22.99 used, excellent condition, free postage, but not much to post really. If you're going single, because I've brought a few bundles of comics over last month, and then I brought one last year, and that, so they're worth having because I was in profit, way in profit on that one. This one is Ashoka Tano Dark. Sorry about the pronunciation. It's Star Wars. It's the Clone Wars from 2008. Apparently plus top loader. Apparently it's a rare one. Number one, again, Lucas Books. It's Lucas Arts, but Lucas Books. George Lucas. Again in the nice sleeve and the cardboard at the back. A little bit of wear and tear on it, but... Oh, come on. There we go. Just go through it. The original barcode you can go through. Sometimes you get some of these with signatures on. Signatures. $24.99 in used condition with $2.95 postage, that one. Because obviously Star Wars is the one to go for. With the more Star Wars films being produced. I think by Disney now, aren't they? Star Wars. Something like that. Yeah, and personal... Oh, I see, okay. Fair enough. The next one... Oh, I thought I'd do some Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like this one. This is a spin-off, Willow. If you remember Buffy's friend Willow, who bangs Xander at some point. This is like a little book. You can see the little crease down there, a little book. Willow, a nice little one. It's still a comic, but a little book comic. Like, I think they call it a graphic novel sort of thing. Season 9 of one of the latest seasons of Buffy, she had her own series of own spin-off comic book thing. One of them. It went for £30 one bid, because some bids do go for a lot. I can't seem to sell auctions. Do auctions that well. Anyway, £5 postage, because I think it's a little bit extreme, I suppose. On that way, with sign for nah, if you want to do that one, because it is, that'll probably be like 200-300 kilograms or slightly more, not much more, I don't think. Let's have a look at the bidder. I started it. Oh, it went best offer, I suppose. Yeah, because what you can do, you can go to bid, and then you can go to your best offer. It costs you like 60 odd p if you've got a small shop. I don't bother, I just do 7-day auctions and get on with it with that offer, without the best offer. This goes like best offer and that. Well, they must have paid 30 or a little bit lower. So it's not a bad one though. As you can pause it at different times and see when it was sold and ended and sold, what times. So you get a work out and go, oh, I can sell these at this time, do your auctions at this time. Like I do on the Sunday night, most of them. Not all, but most, if I can. And end it about 11:30 on the next Sunday, 7 days. Next one, oh, there you go. I showed you some DC. You want some Marvel comics. Hulk, the Hulk. The Mighty World of Marvel, number 198. The hashtag is what's called the number, 198. First Wolverine appearance. So that's what you got to note. Is there a certain character here, first appearance? Is there a mistake on the comic? Is it a limited edition? Is it rare? Is it first edition? Or is it signed or what? Because most of these you probably pick up for like 15-20p each. Not much. Unless you got them graded, and then they're worth quite a bit more to buy. A first Wolverine appearance. July the 14th, 1976. So here's Wolverine, played by that Australian guy, Hugh Jackman, in the later films. It's used, obviously. I'm just going through slowly. A bit of ripping there, wear and tear. Oh, there you go. Sometimes I have on the back a different comic. So very great, Mr. Tony the Tiger, the old Tony the Tiger, Tony and Paratroopers, Frosties. Anyway. So you do get like another comic in there as well sometimes. That actually went for $64.95. Reason being is because it's the first appearance of Wolverine, which you've got to know when they first appeared. Not all, if you're thinking the older the comic is, there it is. Not always. Not always. Sometimes the older the comic, it doesn't go for much. Sometimes the new comics go for a lot of money, depending on like if there's a film out at the moment, or if it's the first appearance, first edition, signed, that sort of thing. Not too bad really. Yeah, just done that again. Free postage, all UK. The next one is another Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Volume 1 and 2. Season 9 again. So there's Willow. It's like, it looks like a DVD, but it's like a book. A little book. There is 2 there. Why I wanted to show you this, and I'm only doing singles, is because if you break it down, as the only one I wanted to share with you, if you break this down, there's 2 here, like here. You can break it down and you can get at least 40 for one of these. I know it's on bids, but still, they put £5 postage because the books are slightly heavier in that respect. It's a used again. It's ended 21st of Feb. So if you want to do complete and sold, or lowest price to highest price, highest to lowest, end date, you can. Yeah, just 80. Someone just went 80 and done. A wallop. 2 bids, ended, damn. No, not too bad. Because that's why I really wanted to share with you these 2. Just to say, you can get good price individually for each, but you also can get bundles, which I'll share with you later on in this video. The next one is a DC comic, the new Teen Titans, number 2, December 1980. You got to realise this is the first appearance of Deathstroke. I'm not sure who Deathstroke actually is, but do let me know in the comments below if you know who Deathstroke is. 50 cents USA, so it's gone for decent money, £150. Not sure why. It must be a rare one with first appearance of Deathstroke. $1.99 postage. To be fair though, if it was me, I would just done second class sign for, just to be safe side. Huh. Yeah. Not too bad really. That's without the sleeve and slip and the cardboard in between. The last one I wanted to share with you from this one, is a graded Star Wars Force Awakens adaptation number 1. Joe Crusader variant CGC, which that basically is the grading. I know Ben Fitzpatrick's had a comic graded. It cost a hell of a lot of money. This is graded 9.2. And this, like, if you see these in the wild, do snap them up, or at whatever price. If they're cheap enough, you can get some decent money for graded comics. $2.50 new, free postage. What more can you want? With this 1.11100 is the scale of the book. So that's like that one, pretty much. Star Wars The Force Awakens, one of the later ones. I'm not sure what year the comic is, but don't say, but graded to 9.2. This is the next part of how much comics sell for on eBay. So this is bundles of comics, what they sell for on bids and best offer. So what I'll do, the same before, tell you what they are and that sort of thing, and I'll make a start. This one is Batman graphic novel bundle, obviously all UK, sold for £22 plus £3.45 postage on 2 bids. I just share with you photos. They're all DC. They've only used a few photos because you've got like 12 photographs free to use and that sort of thing. It started at £20 and went up a couple of quid, like £2. As I say before, if you're doing bids, best to start them on a Sunday night, Sunday evening, and then 7 days to the next Sunday evening when people are off and they don't want to, like, oh, I've got to work next morning, and they look on eBay and buy stuff. That sort of thing. So that's that one done. The next one here is a Star Wars Legacy comic bundle. It's 1 to 7. It's missing number 8 apparently. Dark Horse Comics 2006-7. So it's good if you have like you buy 30, 40, 50 random comics and you can make a bundle of like DC, Marvel, Star Wars, that sort of thing. If you've got like a certain one, like Legacy, for example, it's got 1 to 17. One missing though, there was number 8 missing, but if you can get the whole lot, you can get some good money. Like £28 here, for example, with free postage. Obviously, make sure the photos have no light showing and not blurry, all that. They're in their like bags, what are called slip sleeves, so they don't get broken. Star Wars is very good to actually have. Basically, put it on now because there's another Star Wars film in the making, I think, or number 2, something like that. As you can see, not the best photos, quite blurry, but it is what it is, and it's got £28 there. The next one is The Walking Dead. I never got into the series, to be honest. This one obviously says new, and it's best offer. I'm not sure what the offer was, but they managed to get an offer. £33.99, what it sold, what it actually was put up for. And while I looked it up, it had best offer, like a green line across or whatever it does. Anyway, I'm not sure what the offer was. Probably a few quid down. Something like, it's still about 28, 30 quid. Not too bad though. It's the Tribute Variant cover bundle. 23 issues with mixed titles. For The Walking Dead, apparently. I've never seen The Walking Dead myself, but that's just the way it is. And that sort of thing. So if you get a good bundle, you can have a look. Because certain things go singly, but some do really good bundles. Like, obviously, Walking Dead, Star Wars, Superman, Batman, DC, Marvel, that sort of thing. Let's have a look. Yeah, and also, you've got to realise, what I read down there, is that you've got to realise that when you look at the front cover, you've got to think, right, is this first edition? And that, because it normally comes up on the front, because one of those is first, number 1. Nah. And sometimes it says in the front cover, the first page of the front cover, or the last page, because sometimes they're like 2 comics, one way and one the other way. This one here is a random comic bundle, 150 comics, 8 bids, £51, free collection. If you're getting them out of car boot or a charity shop, then you realistically don't want to pay more than 40, 50p per comic. Otherwise, you won't make as much as you think. Like, if you're thinking, like, get 80 odd 60, 70, 80 comics, then you're like, you want to pay 50p or less. no more, because it's not worth it otherwise. Unless you know the comics, like the single comic's worth £100, then it's okay, but 9 times out of 10 they're not. This is Swamp Thing. I'll just show you some bits. Swamp Thing and... oh, it's just a random comic bundle, that's right. It's got Swamp Thing, Hellblazer, and some of the others. Actually, Batman. I've just done a randomised thing, which is okay, but if you want to spend a little bit more time checking each individually out, then I would advise you to. Because some of these, I doubt it, but some may go for a little bit more than you actually think. If you just go, oh, stuff it, I'll just go, da-da-da-da, stick it in a bundle, ship it out. And in this case, it's okay, because the person got £51. They're obviously used, and that £51 in bids. So, it started at 12, because normally, like, most auctions, you don't get much from. But if you're getting a good bundle, then you can start what you're willing to have if it doesn't sell. What you're willing to make. As long as you make profit, some okay profit, and it went up. There's a few people bidding, and then it just went skyrocketed, sky high, to £51 there for the random comic bundle, 150 comics. So you'll have to work out how much that is, £51 divided by 120. I might do that now actually. If it likes to come up. So it's 51 divided by 150. That's 34p a comic the person's getting it for. So you've got to work out your profit margins and that. If you're going to bundle that much up for... you don't know if you're going to get more buy now or bids. But it's still that thing called research. Do a lot of it. The next one... your world's finest comics and all the different numbers there, which you can find on the top here in the nice slip sleeve bag. I would have done more photos and shown them off in a better light. In this case, they managed to get £90, which was a best offer. So maybe 80, 78, 80, free postage, because these don't command much postage. They're very, very, very small, and usually a single one's under 100 kilograms, so you're okay. And nothing. It's not bad though, for a few of these ones here, to get £90. I've never heard of World's Finest myself, but let me know also down in the comments below if you've sold comics in the past, and what comics have you sold, and what did you get for your comics? Did you do a bundle, a buy it now, a best offer, or auction? Do let me know, because I do like to read all the comments. The last one here is on one bid, a Walking Dead comics. So 1 to 28 bundle in very good condition, all used here. Oh, I can't zoom in on that one. Okay, you have to bear with. It's like a bit like a book. It's a little bit like a graphic novel book sort of thing for The Walking Dead. They're still called comics. Anyway, a little bit thicker and slightly heavier. So you've got to work out your postage, which they've done here for £9.50. So they got £89 there on that one. Started at 89. Ooh. Okay, fair enough. I can't grumble with that one. £89. That's quite very, very good. Apparently except number 18, which I don't think they put in the title. No, they didn't. That's a bit misleading, that title. So make sure you know what you put in the title. And also, you can put it where it comes up here. In the, like it says used on you, and then you put underneath. Not number 18, and also in here. So yeah. As I say, let me know down below what you think of the video and the comics here, and what they sold for, and what your favourite ones were, and what comics you've sold, if it's single, bundle, auction, buy it now, best offer, that sort of thing. Also, please give this video a thumbs up and a like. Share this video with friends and family, and do subscribe. Also hit the notifications bell. Smash it and whack it. Turn it on and that. Once again, thanks for watching this video. And have fun. See you guys.